Well, hello, Palm Springs, Coachella Valley. We're back. Hi, Conrad. How are you?
Howdy. Doing good. Howdy is another very busy musical entertainment week that we had this past week.
Oh my gosh, we certainly did. And I had a chance to sit down or play dress up and just chat with the amazing Paul Torrigino. We want to go right to that because he has reinvented himself, and you'll see what we mean about that. And we talk about his extended career of creativity. Let's go right to it.
Let's see it.
Like many of us who have come to the desert, Paul Torrigino has reinvented himself. Paul has a hobby.
I do, and my hobby is performing as Misbehavin', a drag performer here in the Valley at different places.
But Paul, before you came to the desert, before you had a hobby, before you reinvented yourself, you had a job.
I did.
What was that job?
I worked for Walt Disney Company for many years.
Walt Disney's Disneyland. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are.
As an Imagineer. Ooh. And look at this. This is a 50-year anniversary of Disneyland. Somebody gave it to me.
Oh.
But yes, I was an Imagineer from 24 years old to 46 or something. They finally laid me off a month after 9/11. But I have things to show you.
There's lots of things. This is Paul's playhouse here.
Well, I used to art direct animatronic figures, and it was in Florida. I think it was 1989 when they reinvented the silicone mold making process for this. For a lot of the smaller figures, which they used to hand lay up in fiberglass, which was quite intensive and costly. But they made a new silicone mold, so this is poured resin. It has a steel understructure. And this is Jiminy from the end of the ride of Pinocchio after the Blue Fairy gave him the star, the gold star. So in the ride, he has a beautiful gold star made out of metal. And there's a little mechanism that moves it back and forth so it shines in the light.
Jiminy Cricket's one of my favorite characters. Now, did you hand paint all of this?
I did. When they gave it to me, it was just resin, but this is what I used to do. I worked in figure finishing for some years, working on, gosh, you name it, Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, feathering tiki birds. Feathering tiki birds.
Oh,
that was a lot of fun.
That would be really
I learned a lot about
great.
Feathers. Now this,
that's where you got it.
This was from a show model. Production designer for the Norway ride at Epcot, which is now the Frozen ride. They turned it into Frozen, I love that movie. But they still have the same ride vehicle, and this was the scale model of the ride vehicle we used in the show model, which there was a huge model that we could drag this through the model through the various scenes. Wow. The show models get destroyed when we are in construction because we take it apart and measure things
because everything is to scale that you're building. Yeah. What are all these? Look at all these characters in this.
Well, this is a model, another vehicle from a show model, and this was from the dinosaur ride at Epcot. And this is a motion control vehicle, a model of it. And this is based on the same vehicle they used at Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, only this one, I was just falling apart.
I think it was going up and down before.
Yes, it's got a welded brass chassis. So when we took it through the model, we can kind of simulate how it would move a little bit, And,
so you and your team put all of this together.
Yes, and again there was.
Look at their.
Yeah, he's
look
scared.
At the riders.
She's having a good old time. What else has happened? And these are all hand sculpted. Scott Goddard was the guy. He might be still a big deal at Disney.
Can we get in close and show these?
Yeah, get it close.
Look at these characters.
But it was based on the NASA moon rover, the design of the vehicle. Now isn't this cute? This is a little head I sculpted. This was for a proposed land called Beastly Kingdom for Animal Kingdom, which I worked on designing for 2 years based on fairy tales and things. And isn't that cute? Mark Davis was always my idol. So it's kind of very Mark Davis. You know,
No.
he did a lot of the.
I've seen lots of scary things around here.
One more thing to show you, and that's it. I don't want to make it too long, but this is a model that I made. This is Cherry Tree Lane from Mary Poppins.
Whoa.
Small model.
Does this go up here? Or
This goes about right here. There's a
right
stand missing in the back, but these are the rooftops
Oh.
behind. This is Admiral Boom's house. I think this is the Banks house. I'm not sure. But this was a ride concept that I designed when I was about 25 or so, 25, 26. I made all this in my apartment, and I did a presentation for the executives at Disney Imagineering back then. And it saved my job, because after Epcot and Tokyo Disneyland, they didn't need to do so much production, so they're letting a lot of people go, but I think this was instrumental in them keeping me for another 20 years.
wow, is this wood or is this?
No, this is all matte board.
Oh, just
it's all
matte board,
board.
like the architects kind of.
There's
do
little
now.
dowels, and then
Yeah.
all the little railings and things are etched brass. Look at the little rooster.
It's
There's a lot of
teeny.
detail in there.
Oh,
I
the
haven't looked
rooster.
at this in a long time.
This is incredible, Paul.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. That was like 40 years ago, right?
And I remember you saying that at one point you wanted to be a puppeteer, because when I walked in here, I was
Yes.
like, whoa, what is going on up there?
The years I worked at Disney, a couple of things. I wanted to be a puppeteer,
Mm-hmm.
and I love to make puppets. And later you'll see a lot of the puppets that I made when I was younger. But it never came to be. I was busy with Disney and doing other things. And then the drag hobby came after I moved here. And
And
it
when did
kind
you
of
move here?
encompasses everything. I've been here 5 years.
5 years. Whoa, you
years.
just put it all together and showed up
Yeah,
in town.
because
and
instead of putting
all
all the
went
energy
crazy.
into puppets, I put it on myself, and I
Yeah.
love to perform, and I discovered I'm a big ham, and I ooze personality.
So Paul is really a puppet.
A puppet. There are no strings on me.
So Paul, let's take a jaunt over to your workroom and see what you've created.
Shall we? Come with me. Oh, who's at my lair's door? Who's at my
why
door?
it's only me?
Hi, Claudia, welcome.
Whoa!
Do you love it? Do you
Yeah,
love
I
it?
love it.
This is a new one. This is a new one.
That's
And,
beautiful.
it's
Ooh, striking. My favorite color.
orange. I
Orange.
feel like Lucille Ball. Oh. But,
Well, this is where it all happens.
this is where it all
You're
happens.
creating all of your looks in here. This is
Yes,
amazing.
I have jewelry. I have drawers of jewelry. I have all wigs, and I rotate the wigs. I make costumes using the dress form. I've got my sewing machine
Your
there.
sewing machine.
I
You
do-
actually drape your costumes on the dress form, or you
I
create
do.
them?
I do, and this dress form is my size. Like I said, sometimes I have to pad out the middle. But yeah, this is my size. It's a male dress form, so if I need to add boobs, I put a bra on it.
Yeah. And you
And,
added, you embroidered, or you kind of
Yes,
sequenced?
this
all of-
one is all hand done. I made it from scratch. This is fabric I got from the garment district on a trip a couple of years ago. But these are all hand sewn crystals, sequins, more crystals, all in the front. I was going to do the back.
Oh, that's
but
amazing.
Nobody ever does the back.
Yeah,
and then
no.
it's got a little capelet that matches.
Wow,
That's
beautiful.
got sequins on it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so this is it.
Every girl's dream, your costume closets. If I had all these gowns.
I bet you do. I know you
Oh.
have a fabulous wardrobe, but you don't have anything like these.
No, nothing like this.
I made a lot of these. Some I buy from India, which they do gorgeous hand
Yes.
beading and jewel work
Yes.
and stuff. Let me see. Oh, this is from India. Look at this. This is actually a very inexpensive caftan.
Oh, beautiful.
Look, it's got sequins and I've got an inside out.
I was like, is there a sleeve here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go. This is a great one for
Yes,
stage. Yeah.
absolutely.
This
That's
is a great one.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, Paul, you're not
Yes.
always misbehaving.
Not always.
Sometimes you're Andorra.
Andorra from
Ooh,
Bewitched. Yes.
That's when I met you. You walked in as Andorra. And
Isn't it gorgeous? And
it's beautiful.
This is fun to wear, very comfortable. I made this a couple of years ago for Halloween, and the reaction was so
Yes.
great from people. And I had the big red hair with all the curls and things, and magic fingers, and it's a lot of fun. It's really campy, and everybody loves Andorra
Yes.
from Bewitched.
This is Rosalind Russell?
That's Rosalind Russell, my dear, and I actually copied that costume a couple of years ago. This was an intensive project from scratch, everything from scratch. And this is all
my
hand
gosh.
beaded with the dangle beads. And I have the pants to go with it. So it's just like what she wore.
This is
Where's my
amazing.
cigarette holder? And I have the cigarette holder. I don't have it around my hand. Oh, I know where it is.
And you have a little wig that looks just pixie like that?
Oh yeah, only mine's a little better. But she had, her wigs were, you know, professional lace with even the sides and the whole bit. But yeah, so this is fun to wear. I wore this at the Camelot a couple of years ago when they did the screening of Auntie Mame. It was a big hit. Yeah. It's wonderful to be at the theater wearing this when that scene is on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, you are beyond amazing, darling.
Thank you for coming.
The talent is just exploding here.
Oh,
From you for many, many, many years. Oh, and I love my new look.
I love it too.
Thank you so much,
You're
Paul
welcome.
Torrigino,
You're welcome.
for being on our show. All right. Bye-bye, Palm Springs.
Poor Claudia. What's that? 3 careers in one lifetime. I mean, it's his world at Disney is just amazing to be that involved, especially at that age, and then to come here to the desert and flip it around and become this fun, entertaining individual here in the desert. I mean, that works for me. That's a good life.
Well, when he was painting and molding as a Disney Imagineer, all he says is he's, as you see in the story, he flipped himself and now he's the model. He's the model, right? Oh my gosh. I call it Paul's Playhouse. It's really amazing, his place and his rooms and
Exactly.
the wardrobes. Yeah, I know, it was really, well, you know, we were talking about music in the beginning, like concerts and music and parties, and we had the chance to attend and be involved with Leanna and the Jazz Collective, which was a fabulous, fabulous concert and party at the Cultural Center this past Friday night. And Alan has put together a video. It's going to be sort of like capturing the whole concert, which was a 7-piece jazz band. They were fantastic. So we'll show you some of that footage at another show.
Right. And I also want to make sure our viewers know that not only did Alan put together this video that we will see sooner or later, but Alan was also the host, and he also got up and did some piano keys playing, and so I mean he was all over the place at that event.
Playing the song that he wrote while Leanna sang it. Yes, he pretty much was a one-stop Palm Springs point of view PS piano bar guy. Let's remind and tell our audience about our big series of events coming up.
That's right, exactly. So let's talk about, we have the Martinis and Moxie. This is just, the publicity has officially started this past week. You will see our picture. And that's right, tickets went on sale. This is going to be a terrific event, especially if you're a Frank Sinatra fan. You're going to really want to be involved with this. And if you just want to know more about Frank Sinatra, you're going to want to be involved. If you like his music, you're going to want to be involved. Right? There's a lot going on.
If you just want to feel like you're partying with Frank, we have 5 events coming up beginning August 27th. But we're going to start out with a beautiful, like social, kind of like a snazzy, swank social, where you want to come, if you can, dress the part. And Alan will be on piano while we're wining and dining, drinking our Jack Daniels and martinis with food, a nice spread of food. Alan will be playing Frank tunes, Rat Pack tunes. He'll be singing. I'll be chiming in. Then Conrad and I, what will we be doing then after that?
That's how we're going to be doing a pre-movie discussion that Alan and I are working on an idea right now that'll be a little bit more than just a discussion, but involved inside that will also be special guests. And today, Alan and I started talking about who we're trying to line up. And once you find out who the special guests are going to be, you're definitely going to want to be there. There's going to be a lot of background just about the movies and about Frank.
I mean, we'll host that and and then the film will start, and we keep it very, very lively, and then we'll have a surprise at the end, right?
That's right. Exactly. It's going to be a blast. The first one is August 27th, and tickets are on sale now over at the Palm Springs Cultural Center website. And it should be fun. All right.
Very exciting. Yes.
It is. So there you have it, everybody. We filled you in. That's right. We filled you in. There's lots going on. Palm Springs is definitely the place to be, especially now. music and entertainment
You can
everywhere.
really feel it. I mean, it's building. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay, everybody,
Okay. Great
have a good week, everybody.
Bye-bye.